Hey guys, and welcome to Farm Simulator 2017 on Thornton Farm, Back to the Farm series. So, the plan is for today we'll put away our RX over here. We've got some fields to fertilise, that is right, we've got some fertilising to do. How could we? Some probably spreading of fertiliser on the grass fields, by the looks of it as well. So it's been a while since we've actually used the RX for anything. Amazing tractor it is. So we'll just probably dump it in there. Yeah, we'll just fit it. We'll just put it over here in this yard. On this barn, should I say, not yard. And so we've got, I believe it's potatoes. I don't rightly know. Give it a quick clean. I can't remember if we ever got a pig food mixer working either on this map. Really not too sure on that one. Won't take long to give it a clean. So I just got done recording the 8 ATS video. And I had a bit of fun in that one actually. And, spoiler alert for any of you wondering. This week is just a short one, around 18 minutes long, and we ended up using the Volvo VNL. Very, very nice truck. Wow, yeah, tractor unit. I was going to say tractor, but yeah, technically it's a tractor unit. Actually, I was going to put it in there, but no, a tractor of this magnitude decides it needs to be covered pretty much on all sides. So here it goes. So let's jump into this. We'll probably end up blipping this on Courseplay, to be quite frank. But we should see. It does need to get filled. I can't remember if our fertilizer tank over there is empty or full or what the deal is. Now, this is the first time using it on this map. You can see it is 0.8 hours. So it's not been used. Pretty much just brought it down to the yard. I think it's when it came out, to be quite honest. And haven't really touched it since. There's if we have fertilisation on. That tractor there is going to get swapped out, I think. By the looks of it, we need to blow some straw into the cow. What's a cows though? They're not cows, they're pigs. I believe that's fertiliser. How much does it have? Still pretty full. Now you're going to be a pain. Probably because of the fuel tank. Ah, the good old mud mod. Mud mod done tastefully. Yeah, realistic, huh? I know. I've probably got a lot of you freaking out about that. That's not realistic. And I don't care. I already can't be asked to drive another tractor down to move it. That was a perfect time to take a quick drink of water. I do love the fact that the temperatures are outside are nice and cold now, because the tap water is nice and cold. Don't know about you guys or how the water is around by you, but here, in this area, even where I grew up and where I am now, definitely a bit of mileage apart, the water tastes so crisp and so clean, it's like water from a bottle almost. Something I've always liked around the water around here. But in my hometown, you go to the other side of it, especially where my gran lived, the water tasted foul. Very cloudy, a strange taste. There's definitely some crap in the pipes down there. Okay, so what field do we need to go to first? Field 14 actually needs it, but the further field, so down field 30 we're going to head off to. A beacon's on. And away we go. So I hope you guys are having a good week. I believe, from what I've heard just before starting this video, the download for West Coast is smoothed out by the sounds of it. And someone put on my Monday's video that it's seems like people have been able to download it now. I pinned that comment to the top, so hopefully that helped you guys. I'm trying to, every time I see Bullet Bill post something about it, I'm posting, sharing on my Facebook page. Just trying to get stuff out there so people are aware of what's going on. Because there's so many people I know. Simulate, being Monday, I'm recording this right now. He's going to be live streaming at 7 on Monday, and he's going to get hammered by it, because I think he's doing West Coast. It's one of the reasons why I didn't stream West Coast on Sunday. Just trying to avoid all that. Now, are we going to be able to get through this bridge? Should be able to. Yes. Oh, plenty of room. Plenty of room. Now, hopefully this will actually take the fertilizer. Sometimes it doesn't. When it looks like it needs fertilizing, it actually doesn't. Pain in the rear end when it does it. Not a big fan personally. Can't remember what we got growing in there, to be honest. Yeah, I really can't remember. Everything's growing too, by the way. We've got crop in all the fields, so we'll probably be taking care of the animals in a minute after this. Because this is a nice spray. It doesn't take long to sort that stuff out. I'm going to try and experiment as well in this video. Thumbnail is going to have nothing to do with spraying, because I know what spraying videos do and how they perform, and it's usually crap. Actually, to be quite frank, it's shocking. Now, does this destroy crop? I don't think this one does. No, perfect. Some of them doing is a pain in the butt. Yeah, you can tell by the coloration there. It's going to take the fertilizer, and this is soybeans. Sweet. It's very nice, it's very good, it's very young. And away we go. I do like this sprayer. I like the fact it looks just old and worn out, like a good old sprayer should. I'm going to try and do this from inside the cab. May not end too well, nope. Like I say, it may not end too well because I've got no depth perception, as there's dogs barking outside very loudly, little yappy horrible things. Really don't like dogs like that. Personal preference there. I grew up with always having big dogs. So this is just one loop around and then probably 2 passes in the middle when we're done on this field. Very small field. Of course, as we planted when Courseplay was a little derpy still. This is the field we had sugar beets in. Had them all lined up along that fence row. Been a while since I've done a good old sugar beet harvest. May actually do that again soon. Maybe on Cobra. Could be one of the things we do when we buy some fields a bit further away from the yard, maybe. So I'm looking at doing that. Did I say Cobra? I mean West Coast. I'm thinking about going down the bottom right hand corner. No, I'll just go straight up to that there. And back up. No, I know normally you'd just do a nice curve around. In my case there, that was easy. I hate that render circle. I hope they can get rid of that in the next version of the game. It looks terrible. And this is 2017 gaming, and we still have to deal with render circles like it's based in the early 2000s. It's kind of ridiculous. But it is an old game engine. And that's the thing. I hear a lot of people complain about the game engine, as I'm heavily one of them that complains about it, but you look at stuff like this, render circles. No matter what, how powerful your graphics card is, it's always going to do that. If you need a stupidly powerful graphics card to take that away, how unoptimized is the back end of the game? It's better than what it used to be, though. The game in general. But you can see the different, like, clearer here. The next wave is, you can kind of see the crop, and the next is just, yeah, blurred out and just put a green texture. Like, at least be able to see the whole entire field. Now, come on. What's that? That's probably what? A circumference of maybe 300 feet going all the way around where we can actually see. Not a lot. Alright, is that field done? Like I say, it wouldn't take long. But it's something that needs to do, and it's farming at the end of the day. Just people find it boring. And you can tell by the views that people really don't like watching spraying. I think it's kind of interesting how they do it, especially in real life. Especially in real life. Now, field 29 I think is good to go. Yes, it is. So, field 14, and then the field in the main yard, and we're done. Keep the spraying anyway. I think this one was seeded further recently. That's probably soybeans as well. If that one is, this one will be. It's typically how I do it, especially fields that are further away. I'll group the type of crop up within reason. Of course, I'm not going to do too much sugar beets because, oh my god, laborious. So that is. I'm sorry, but I find sugar beets so boring to do. Harvesting them is okay, but pulling them out of the ground and then load them into the trucks, taking the trucks off. Oh, nope. Tap out at that point. So field 14. I can't remember. 14 is grass, so we'll probably just use the spreader for that. Is that the only field? Yeah, 13. I'm surprised 13 needs fertilizing because that is the cedar that fertilizes as well. So I'm not too sure why that does need fertilizing. It's on the very minimum one. Now, you guys can probably hear the dog barking, so I'll try and talk louder to drown that out. Not much I can do about that. I'm heading off to Canada in December, so needless to say, there won't be any dog for a while, and hopefully by the time I get back, it would learn not to bark at literally everything. Because that's what it does. There again, I've kind of touched on the subject in the past of why it does it. I know why it does it. And it tends to only do it with one person. So what is that? There's potatoes there. I think that's potatoes there, and then this barn we've got sugar beets on the ground. Yeah. Could do with loading them into a trailer and selling them off, to be honest. Alright, this field, if it will take fertilizer, we'll fill out the booms right now. Looks like it will, actually. We'll get Cosplay to do this field. And probably take care of the animals for the rest of the video. I think today's video is actually going to be a fairly short one. Because it's short of fast time and there's not too much to do. Other than taking care of the animals. Okay, so this is field 13. We'll bring it down to, what was it normally? 34. Bring it down to 33. A little bit of overlap. Start direction. One headland. Hopefully it doesn't end up in the ditch. There's a possibility it may. No, it shouldn't actually because of working width. Generate course. Jeez, that doesn't look right, does it? Maybe it is. We'll see. And we'll go to the first waypoint. Move this over here. Don't know if you know this, but with this, you can now move it around. And drive course. So it'll fold up and it'll hopefully do its thing. We'll make sure it does. And then we'll go and see what animals need mucking out and all that good stuff. And away it goes. It's been a while since we've used a sprayer on Courseplay. Yeah, it's unfolding. My worry is you have to hit another button on the controller, or keyboard, whatever, to fold the booms down. It's an unusual one on this. You'll notice like they're up in a V, and you hit a button and they'll lower down like it's doing right now. So I was wondering if it would have issues with that. And it's away. Awesome. Alrighty. The sprayer is away. Now doing this, I should do it more often, putting the sprayer on Courseplay. And just let it do its thing. Something I may set up a course for on West Coast even. I'll take a quick walk over to the cow, see how they're doing. May need to jump in the forklift and grab some... Whoa, what's happening to my money? I know what's happening with my money. I bet. Yep. We'll have less of that. Current waypoint drive course. Jeez. I hate the fact it does that. Nope. We'll have less of that completely. So as I was saying, we'll probably need to jump in the forklift and go over to the sheep. Give that a look-see. That stuff needs to get pushed back. Got manure to scoop up there. Yeah. Let's actually quickly just do this. And we'll run down quick. Yeah, that needs going. And that's okay though. So we'll jump back in this. We left this here from last time we were in it. So it's been sat like this for a long time. As I've said, this tractor's in my mod spreadsheet. I highly recommend it for a yard tractor. Recently, this week, I've talked about possibly doing a seasons series, but treating it like well, that's kind of cool. Treating it like I would real life, and that's now and again we'll do a video on it, not all the time. And that could be my fun map playing around in seasons. I want to experience seasons still, as much as I don't want to do a series with it again, because it does really nuke a series very quickly. It just kills it off, unfortunately. I'd love to do something with animals more, and I haven't done any of that, especially dairy. Get a good sort of dairy farm going with combine, smaller combine, just very small arable side, just enough to be almost self-sustainable for the operations with dairy. That'd be kind of neat, I feel. Have the a baler, hay, to make the hay and all that good stuff. We'll probably need a good sized tractor for mowing. Maybe I'd use the smaller mowers, who knows. But that sort of thing, so I talked about it at the beginning of the week, I'll talk about it now. What's this? Wednesday, I think. So let me know you guys' input on that. Can we get past a sheep? Yes. Kind of curious to see what people think of that idea. And if I do go ahead with it, it's not going to be a series, yes, but it's going to be a slow series. I think that's how seasons are supposed to be played, very slow, and we'll probably still do 3-day seasons in game, because I think any more than that and it's, well, stupid in my mind for even doing it like a one-off sort of video sort of thing. And even 12-day seasons, oh, be insane. It really would. I think this tractor would be one of the #1 candidates to be on that farm too for dairy. I may think about putting this tractor up at on West Coast, to be quite honest with you. because this has plenty of power to do everything you need it to. Where the other tractors that I've got on there, that Valmet, as much as I love it, it really doesn't have much power to do a whole lot of the tasks. I mean, this thing can move bales around like no tomorrow. And it's four-wheel drive, so I may end up swapping that thing out. And I am a sucker for the old fence. I really do like them. Another map I'm thinking about doing that on is waiting for the Old Streams redo by Black Sheep Modern to come out. See if that map's any good. If it's anything I like, then I may. Because that map's got seasons compatibility in it from the get-go. And it's, as far as I'm aware, it's a map built up from the ground up. If I was going to do it, it would be on a map that is built from the ground up for FS17. West Coast, of course, has been around for a while. Thornton, Sandy Bay, no on all of them. I've got no interest in doing that type of series on those. I've used them with seasons in the past. Alright, let's see what this is freaking out about. Oh, exactly what I thought it would happen. It's not in the ditch, though, which is one thing. Now, folding this up, it's going to go terrible. You watch. Oh, there we go. I don't know why that went that far. That shouldn't have. Okay, what's the turn and circle on it? Bring that down to 9 meters. It should be able to do that. Ask opposite turn. Last couple of lanes, when possible. That could be something to pay attention to, because I think that's new too. Turn on field. Active. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, make sure we are going to be on the right course. Yes, we are. Hang on, why is that blue? Oh no, it wasn't. It looked like white. Of course. I missed a tiny bit there, but it should be golden. And unfortunately, the booms are way up in the air, completely wrong, but we'll pretend we didn't see that and we'll be moving along, yes. I jump into this. Now, this has pig food in it, I think. Yes, it does. So it is ready. And what? I think we left it last time. Yep, 100%, 200% even. Sweet. What we got on that trailer? Barley bar looks good. So we'll jump in the Manitou here. This is, of course, simulates edit of it. Yep. Yeah, I think he just changed up the rear hitch. The rest of it's publicly available. Back of this. Oh, I'm using CZ bucket. There's a bucket that I'm actually going to swap out. Many of you may know, have a hint what it is. But basically, put the rear hitch on this, so this can have... Is this slipping again? This can have, I think, all of the types of trails on the back end. Or trailed things. Which is a plus. It's a really good telehandler, this one, actually. There's probably a version of this with... does this have IC? I can't remember. No, it doesn't. There's probably a version of this with IC and all of that good stuff out there. It is pretty neat. Four-wheel's still getting the better of me. Can I swap that out? Almost yes, I can. I like the telehandlers where you can select that. The ones that are four-wheel steer permanently, it's just a pain in the rear end at times. Interesting to see in the new version of the game what new telehandlers, if any, are in the game, or whether we'll be left with this stuff like this. And dump it. Which, is that realistic? I don't know. I think there are some telehandlers out there that do have air brake systems and rear hydraulics. I know there's some. I believe the Manitou do one, which they have videos of it ploughing ground. It's got a full 3-point hitch on it, and it's a very, very capable machine. It's not just ploughing light ground either. It's ploughing a good depth of material. Yeah, what do we have back there? Yeah, so we do, yeah. We've got one. Yeah, actually, let's take a close look at that. What do we have back here? Electricals, probably. Power for trailers. I don't know. Those look like electrical studs of some sort, but yeah, I'd say those are hydraulics. So 100%, yeah. Well, not 100%, but you know, guys know what I mean. Crab steer, and that should be forward steer. Yep. So we can go in there and muck this lot out. As much as I like the new textures for mucking them out on West Coast, the way the straw is, you really can't see it easily. Oh, did not open. That's the thing, like in real life you would be taking the straw out with you as well, but of course not in Farm Sim. In the farming simulator game you can't have it too simulator-ish, I guess. As much as I like this bucket and the CSZ stuff, the thing that gets me with it is the camera. In fact, they put cameras on all of the implements. Why they do that, I don't know. The stainless, well no, not stainless, the galvanized bucket that I've got. I think that's similar capacity. And if it isn't, it could be made into the similar capacity. Guess I was mule spring recently. Yeah, you know what? I think I was actually doing that on live stream, wasn't I? I probably was. Now I know the sprayer slipping. I know it's probably got stuck in the trees again. For whatever reason, once we've dumped this, we'll go over, sort that thing out, probably finish that field off manually and call it quits. As I don't really want to record Thursday and Friday's video, because I may end up doing some Spin Tires content for that. See what the reception is of that. It seems like a lot of people, I don't know if people are hyped about it or not. I'm looking forward to it, mainly because I know this is where the game should have been. If it wasn't for the Ovi basically screwing them over the previous developer. Oh, not the previous developer, the previous publisher. So we'll never know what happened to, but I'd love to know. I think it'd be kind of interesting finding that out. I wouldn't be too surprised if I'm more out about it in the future. Some people probably know. I just kind of hope that nobody buys the original Spin Tires game anymore. And eventually it disappears off of Steam, which will probably be the case, I'd guess. Alright, what we'll do is we'll park this up here. Only so I remember to go check it out, and yeah, strange. Why is it going like that? I wonder if it's not picking up that four-wheel steer. I bet that's what's happening. Oh, apologies guys, you probably heard the wind up of the sneeze, and this is probably stuck. Well, we weren't going to do anything about spraying, but I think that has got to be the thumbnail for the video. So I'm going to end it here, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow, possibly with a spin tyres. I don't know. I will have to see during the weekend. Possibly the livestream archives. I don't know, from the multiplayer spin tyres that me and Dave are 100% doing. Me and Sim possibly did. We don't know yet. So until next time, guys, I hope you have enjoyed, and we'll see you on the flip side. Later.